from here, booktubes, and today is my ebook haul. I believe this is all the books that I got since August. I'll correct that on the screen if I got it wrong. But so these are the books I bought in September, October, November, December, January, and the beginning of February. And I'm going to include all the ones that, whether I've read them or not, and I do have 2 physical books as well. So if you are not familiar with my channel, or perhaps weren't subscribed in like August or whatever when I did the last one, I don't buy very many ebooks. I don't buy books in general, but I don't buy very many ebooks. I am very anti-pirating, so I'm not doing that. But I do use my library and Kindle Unlimited for pretty much all of my reading. The large majority of my reading is done via those options. So up until like the last week of January, I had like 10. And then I lost my mind and have added a bunch since then. So, and I would say, and I was like, I'm completely done. This is out of control. It has to be done. And then I literally bought another one 5 minutes before filming this and put it on here. So there's that. It's just gonna go in chronological order. First one is Chasing Serenity, which is River Rain #2 by Kristen Ashley. This is a small town romance series. I think it's set in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. A lot of her books are set there. Can't remember though for sure, because she wrote the first book in like the initial lockdown of the pandemic, and it was free and I read it right away. So I read it almost 3 years ago. I haven't read the second book yet. The third book actually comes out like next week. But this one, it reminds me of Schitt's Creek with Alexis. The daughter of the main character of the first book is rich and, you know, has traveled a lot, and she's going to have a hate-to-love relationship with the right-hand man of her mom's new husband, who is a local boy. He helps run the outdoors store, so like hunting, fishing, all those things, and they do not like each other. Next one is The Devil's Bargain by Ryan Fox. This is male demon erotic horror, and I loved it. It's not very scary or anything, nothing too creepy. I absolutely loved it. You've got breeding kink in here. I follow the author on Twitter now. I read this specifically because somebody had wrecked it for a Black Aweenathon, and it was phenomenal. It lives in my head rent-free. I love the grimoire and the atmosphere and the relationship and the steam and their happily ever after. I love all of it. So yeah, I just really enjoyed this one. Actively follow the author, actively looking forward to anything they put out under any of their pen names. Then I have A Masked Murder by Necole, Ryse. I also read this for Black Aweenathon. It is a cozy mystery. It was Black love. In fact, these people go to one of their work parties and then there's a murder and they're like, we're not getting pinned for the murder with all these white people. And it was pretty short. It didn't really work for me. It was okay. I think I gave it 3, but not a favor or anything, but it wasn't terrible either. Then I have Dream Spinner and Dream Keeper, which are Dream Team 3 and 4, I believe, by Kristen Ashley. I have read both of these. This is the spin-off series of both the Rock Chick series and the Dream Man series. All of these are pairings between the strippers at Smithy's and the commandos on Joe Delgado. That's wrong. On his commando team. Hawk Delgado. Joe's another hero, okay? It's hard to keep track. But yeah, they're all paired up. Number 3, she's a classically trained ballet dancer who has an abusive father. And 4 is a single mom and her family is in a cult. So there you go. Then I have Roosevelt, which is Stillbones MC 2.5 by Cate Wells. This is the only novella I've read by Cate Wells, and it's also my least favorite book by them that I've read. It is part of the Stillbones Motorcycle Club, obviously, and it is an older woman, younger man. She works at the restaurant. He works there, or she helps own the restaurant. Her brother's very abusive and has kind of swindled her out of the restaurant. And he only works there for her, and she just kind of leaves and cuts off contact with him. And then they get together in like the very last chapter of the novella. Then I have Snowed In for Christmas. This was an anthology. I read Layla Frost's entry and gave it 3 stars. It was characters from her hide and seek universe. It's Christmas snowed in, all these different couples in the same town in the same snowstorm, but I did only read that one entry. I have There's Only One Bed at Christmas by Jackie Lau. This is 3 of her different Christmas novellas books, which all have the one bed trope, forced proximity. I did read the one in Holidays with the Wongs, which I'll be reading the Valentine's Day one here this next week. It's my last one to read in the series. Very enjoyable, light, fluffy, happy. You don't have to worry too much about content warnings or about stress or third act breakups or any of the things. It's just a light read and very enjoyable. Highly recommend her as an author. Then I have Queen, which is Bloodline Vampires number 3 by Cate Robert. I really loved this series. This is a polyamorous vampire relationship between a vampire and 3 bloodline vampires who were all involved with each other on and off long before she was born. Really loved it. I do think that the 3rd book is probably the weakest entry, but I was still happy with it. It wasn't a huge disappointment or anything like that. Then I have Yours Insatiably, which is Hunger Duet number 2 by Evita Weiss. This is absolutely one of my favorite books of 2021 and I adored it. You have a succubus and a death hawk moth fairy, and he's non-binary and has extra parts and is chaos and an artist and a daddy and she is a succubus who's really denying her succubus side and trying to blend in with the humans, and he is kind of showing her it's okay to let go of control. Absolutely phenomenal. Highly recommend. And I have Lore of Olympus Volume 1. I did buy the physical floppy paperback of this because I wanted to read it in that format. I did give it 3 stars. I missed a content warning for kind of not non-consensual, but kind of pressured consent. Like, she clearly didn't want to. I missed the content warning for that and was not super happy when I was reading it. But I do look forward to the next volume. Then, with a gift card from Steph at Novelty Corner, who is one of my very favorite people, I got The Love Hypothesis by Ailey Hazelwood. There was like this glitch. I could not get it from my library. And the ebook and the paperback book are like $1 difference, and it just annoys me to have like $1 difference and buy the ebook. Do not ask me to buy a $10 ebook. I'm not doing it. So I got that. I did really enjoy it. I read it at the beginning of January. It is a academia romance with fake dating. Then I got The Girl in the Mist by Kristen Ashley. This is a romantic thriller, my first one ever. You have a celebrity author who has a stalker, so she goes to the small town and has a romance there, but at the same time little girls are going missing, and so on top of the stalker you have a serial killer who is specifically trying to match wits with the ex-FBI profiler who she is falling in love with. Their adult children play a big role in this book, and I really enjoyed all the characters. I hope she makes more in this town. And I have The Affiliate by K.A. Lind. Jean from Romantic Deception on Instagram, who did the Parasocial Live with me and Jess. If you have been following her since before that live, then you are familiar with The Affiliate because she lost her mind and talked about this book and her stories over and over and over again. It is a young adult fantasy series with a romance subplot, but the romance is not super heavy. The first book is definitely setting the scene for the rest of the series, so it's a bit slow, but Jean loved it and she absolutely loved the books after it and read the whole series. And the ebook is free, and so I got peer pressured into getting it. Then I have Match with the Demon by Chase Verity. This is, I think it's Love with the Demon. I can't remember, they just came out with a series name for this, but I've loved all the entries. I am still in the middle of this one because I have been in a reading slump for all of February and the last bit of January. Oh, that has not been going well, but Match with the Demon is the first male entry in the series. You have a technical pleasure demon who used to be a pleasure demon and now he's a trash demon. And you have a single dad. His son is a college freshman and he never takes risks, and they meet online dating. Really enjoyable so far. It's definitely my slump that has prevented me from breezing right through this. And I have The Exhibition by Alexandria House, which I actually read this morning because it is 13 pages long. Like I just said, I've been having a terrible slump and I was like, I need some momentum. And I knew that she would give it to me. So this is an erotic short. It takes place at a sex club. It's just one night there. And as always, because it's Alexandria House, it is Black love, and I enjoyed it. She's excellent at what she does. Then I had The Babysitter by Jack Harbin when he was going through it on Twitter, because he had the audacity to say that male-male romances shouldn't be a subgenre that is dominated by straight white cis women. I don't think I did that in the right order. Also heterosexual. He had the audacity to say that, and the girlies came for him. It was not pretty. It was very wrong. He was completely right. He wasn't saying anything. So he was going through it. I went to support him. I've read him before, so I got The Babysitter. This is a male-male romance that is between the dad and the babysitter. That's really all I know. I do know several people who have read it and enjoyed it, and it's been on my radar for a while. Then, with that same mess, I found Divine Service by Johannes T. Evans. This is a trans author, and this is like an angel, fallen angel maybe, romance. Can't remember, but it was one of like the only two that they have available on Amazon, and so I grabbed it. Then I have a big surprise for Valentine's Day, which is Holidays with the Wongs #4 by Jackie Lau. I already said that I was going to read this. Each one of these follows a different sibling in the Wong family. They are Chinese Canadian, and each book also follows a different trope. So you have one night stand, second chance, fake dating, and then this one, I'm not actually sure what this trope is, I don't think, but I do know it's the sisters book. The others have all been the brothers. The grandparents and parents and sibling dynamics in this series are a delight, and I just can't recommend enough. And I have The Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin because I am participating in Blackathon. They have Team Romance this year, which is very exciting. And one of the prompts is a romance with a book on the cover, and I was coming up short. I couldn't think of anything. I couldn't find anything. I was going through like lots of authors' backlists and not finding any books on the cover. And then I remembered the Meet Cute Club, so I did buy that as well and plan on reading it specifically for the readathon. Then I had The Ladies Champion by Marie Lipscomb. So I was interested in an ogre book by them back in the fall, but didn't actually read it. Although I know some of my friends did and loved it. And then the fourth book in the series, they were promoting arcs for it. And I was like, that looks so good. So then I went and checked out the first one. The hero is bigger, which I'm always here for. So he's very stocky, has a stomach, all of that, and does get some jerkish comments about it. And I don't remember the plot, but I wanted to read it, so I got it, and here we are. Then I have Exodus 23 by FREYDIS Moon, and this has been on my radar since the monster anthology that did not happen with Armed Virtues. FREYDIS Moon pulled out of the anthology right away when RM said, hey, this is a no-go for me. And I really wanted to support them, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book. It is Latinx, it is, I think, a fallen angel or something like that. There's a trans mask character, and it's under 100 pages. And it's also like religious eroticism. I'm scared, but I'm ready. Then I have Forged in Fire by Juliet Cross. This is something that Stuff from Novelty Corner has recommended a few different times. It was being re-released with a new cover, and so was on pre-order for 99 cents. So I went ahead and grabbed it because I knew I did want to pick it up at some point. This is Demon Vessel, demon hunter. Like, she's the perfect vessel for demons to possess, and I think a demon hunter is trying to protect her. Not really 100% sure, but I am interested. And then lastly, the one I bought right before this video got filmed is Technical, which is St. Louis Cyclones #2 by Alexandria House. I did not love the first book in this series. It was traumatic. I was a little traumatized. I was very stressed reading that book. But this one I think is much lighter. I think is more of an insta-love type situation. Basically, this is her NBA like basketball team series, and this guy is like convinced that she's his soulmate right away, and that's all I know. But I do really enjoy Alexandria House. I definitely have my preferred books by her, but like I'm a fan. So I'm pretty sure this one is supposed to be much lighter, and I'm excited to read it, hopefully even this month. So that's it. That's all the books for September, October, November, December, January, February so far that I have bought, physical or ebook. Just like I said, just the two were physical. And yeah, so just a friendly reminder, you don't have to buy a lot of books in order to be a reader or a booktuber. All you have to do is read in any format, and that's fine. So don't feel pressure to be a consumer or to spend money that you don't have. So that's it. That's all the books. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.